Hey yo, hopefully y'all are having a great day, night, and or evening. They officially banned TikTok for 14 hours. And in that 14 hours, for me, it was like, they didn't even give us the full 12 hours or until 12 o'clock. They gave us until 10 p.m. where I was at, and they just shut that shit down, and we're like, nah, screw all that. None of that matters. Screw you guys. The U.S. government keeps trying to do stuff that we don't want them to do. So I, within that 14 hours, had tried to find a TikTok alternative. Because unfortunately, I do this. I post my videos places. And it's better to look and see if there's anything, any competition out there that could possibly work. And let me tell you, there isn't. Not even an American-made app, okay, could compete with it. Now, YouTube is probably the only thing, in my opinion, that could sit there and generally have a chance because of how long YouTube's been around, and the Shorts algorithm actually isn't too bad. It's not the best, I'm not going to sit here and say that, but for the most part, it actually isn't too bad. I use YouTube Shorts a little bit because I like to watch shorts, and they show me decent stuff a lot of the time, usually about gaming and all of that stuff, but there's a lot of content creators that never went to TikTok in the first place, so they're just on YouTube Shorts to begin with. And within those 14 hours, YouTube Shorts, I've already been posting there, so I wasn't going to try that. I already have most to all of my videos on YouTube Shorts, so it simply doesn't matter. Then there was Red Note. No offense to all of you people who decide to go over there, but I'm not going to directly communicate with the Chinese government, because in the first place, I don't believe TikTok's really doing that anyway. Most of our servers are held inside the USA. I'm not going to go and make an account directly in mainland China to see what happens. That doesn't seem like a good idea. I don't need them stealing my social security. I know most people are making jokes saying, oh, well, I'll just give them my data myself, and if they decide to ban that, I'll mail them my data, which is actually a pretty funny joke, I'm not going to lie. But there was only a few options after that. Clapper was next. We'll get into that one. Lemon8, which got banned with TikTok. There was Instagram Reels, which was there as well. Now, let me explain something to you about Clapper. Clapper sounds like an STD to begin with. Now, it's an American-made company, so, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not getting banned. But for an American-made company, all I get is Spanish videos on there. I swear to God, I asked me when I started the account, hey, what language do you speak? And I clicked English. That's all I know how to speak. That's literally it. Now, whether it was Australian English, UK English, whatever, it doesn't matter. I still kind of understand through the jibber jabber what the hell they're saying. All I got was Spanish videos, and then other videos from somewhere in some other country that I've never even heard of in a language that sounded like alien speak to me. And I would scroll. And as I was scrolling through Clapper, this thing just didn't change videos. It would send me through the same 30 videos over and over again, which I don't understand. Now, as you guys know, I have a large portfolio of videos, so I'm just going to use all my old videos and go ahead and drop them all on there. I mean, I'm still going to do it. I'm already too deep at this point. I'm still going to do it because, TikTok, I think, only has, a 90-day extension at best. The problem there is the For You page on Clapper, the algorithm sucks. There are a few neat things on there, though, I will say, like they can give you gifts and all of that through your videos itself, which can give you money, and I was able to go live immediately with 0 followers. It just let me do it. I didn't get any real live viewers because I believe most people were probably on Red Note or Instagram Reels at that point. Really didn't seem great. I don't know how their algorithm works, but this is why no one can compete with TikTok. It shows you random stuff consistent. Like I said, I was seeing the same 50 videos over and over again, and the reason I know it is because I would scroll, and I'd keep scrolling just to see what would happen, to see if it changed the videos, and then I started selecting not interested just to see what would happen there, because I can't speak Spanish. I have no idea what the fuck these people are saying. They don't have any translations for it, nothing. They're speaking Spanish and cooking alligators, and they're cooking eels and some crazy shit. Every part of the world eats different shit than the others, but their algorithm never changed. It never showed me new videos. It for all of the hours I was there, I restarted my phone to even see if that was the problem. I force closed the app. I didn't uninstall, reinstall, because what the hell is that going to do? It's their own algorithm. It's part of their servers. And I just kept on throwing videos at it. I mean, right now I have 4 to 10 videos already on the app, and I have a few followers already, but at the same time, the TikTok algorithm, I have very ever rarely gotten the same video one after another. And this brings up my question. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but back in the day, Apple had a randomized shuffle that was way more complex than it needed to be, which would cause it to play the same song over and over again. So let me give you an example. If you just played a song, you skip to the next song, there's a chance because of the randomization and how complex they made it, the next song could be the song that you just listened to before again. Now, that's a possibility of what could be happening on Clapper, but it doesn't explain why 50 videos, one after the other, would consistently be the same. And eventually what Apple did is they made it so it was a lot more simplistic, and it just was like, okay, well, I choose you, kind of more like a Pokemon-esque thing, except millions of songs or thousands of songs. It was like, okay, well, we just played that one. Let's just go find another one out there in the void of time and space. Maybe Clapper does that. I mean, it's an American company, so you'd expect the people in Silicon Valley to be able to make a generally alright algorithm, though I don't understand why. And then TikTok Reels, or not TikTok Reels, Instagram Reels is just full of girls twerking all the time. Even when I made a brand new account and then started scrolling through Reels, that's what I see. And then you see like other stuff that's like kind of funny, but it's not good. I don't know what Instagram is doing over there, but whatever it is, it's stupid. I don't want to see all these OnlyFans people. Honestly, just start banning. I don't want to see OnlyFans girls on there. I don't care to see that. I want to be entertained, and watching ass shake is what you go on some of the special other apps for. You don't go on Instagram Reels for that. I don't want to see all these sponsored Instagram Reels, OnlyFans. Hey, this video is free on my OnlyFans right now. Same with like X and Twitter and all that shit. It has that as well. Just get rid of it. I don't care about OnlyFans. In my opinion, just shut it down. Shut down OnlyFans. I would have preferred that a lot more than TikTok. And, you know, I know people use it and that's how they make a livelihood and all that. Whatever. Cool. I don't care. I don't want to see it on my social media anymore. TikTok has done a pretty good job, at least with my algorithm, to where a lot of these people aren't shown anymore to me. I don't want to see this. I don't really care. I'm not going to pay to see something that Reddit's going to leak of that person within the next 10 hours anyway, if that. And I know they have like people to take it down and shit. Still doesn't matter. If you really want to search for it, you could find it on Reddit guaranteed, or any other fucking site. No one wants to see your OnlyFans, but that's what Instagram is. It sponsors OnlyFans and pretty much OnlyFans only. That's what it's consistently been. I mean, 90% of the car pages I followed when I was young, when Instagram was the peak of what any social media app was at the time, I didn't have any of those problems. Those were all car pages. They are now made to shake ass and promote these, you know, non-Jesus believing thoughts, whatever you want to call them. They're meant to promote porn, pretty much. It's not okay. Why did all these car pages just sell their accounts and start suggesting this over that over that? I don't get it. And like I said, when I made a brand new Instagram account for my Yo Boys account, you know, the first thing I saw was girls just in Reels shaking their ass. That's not okay, Instagram. That's why people don't want to use you. All you do is sponsor these OnlyFans people. And half the memes you got on there are from TikTok to begin with. Half of that isn't even good stuff from TikTok. I don't get that. And then I also downloaded something called Triller, I believe. And Triller I used for about 10 minutes. I knew it wasn't a great app. It did the same problem that Clapper had, where it wasn't showing me really any English speaking people. And a lot of it seemed like old fashioned, like before it was called TikTok, it was called like ByteDance or Musical.ly, whatever it was. And it was just a bunch of people dancing. And I think that's what a lot of people went to Triller for. And I knew instantly my videos weren't going to do well over there, so I just kind of pulled out of there. I was like, okay, we're going to stop posting here. This isn't even that great. And I did that before TikTok was banned because I was trying to find a replacement. Because if you want to move, you got to keep going. You know, you can't sit there and just act like nothing's going to happen there, because that's the simple fact of it. Now, this brings me back to the TikTok algorithm. Why is it so good? What is it that makes it so different to have the consistency and ability for it to continuously show you different videos and eventually figure out kind of what you like and don't like? And why are these other places incapable or unwanting to do this? I mean, I'm sure if I go into Clapper right now, here, let me give you a little example. Within 2 swipes, I'm going to find someone speaking Spanish. Yep, there we go. 2 swipes, someone speaking Spanish. I don't know fucking lick of Spanish. I mean, it's decent. It's all right. It looks a lot like TikTok did. It has a lot of the stuff, you know, it has followers. It even has like a weird money count thing next to your name so you can see how much money you've made off the app and all that shit. Followers, following, it shows your likes. You actually can see everyone's. If you comment on someone's video, someone can go on your channel, see what you've said, and go to those videos and see who you are as a person, kind of thing is what they were going for. They also can see your likes. That's not private either, so I don't know if you can privatize any of that, but from what it looks like, you can't. Clapper is probably the closest I've seen to TikTok, but with an algorithm that is horrendous and feels nowhere near where it should be to be a competition to TikTok. TikTok's algorithm, in my opinion, has to be either very complex or very simple for it to do what it has to do to keep people inclined to stay on. I remember when I first installed the app many years ago, it had that availability. In Instagram Reels, I don't know if it was out yet. It wasn't too far off. It took YouTube how many years to figure out Shorts, and it took Facebook how many years to figure that out? Short form content has been a thing since Vine. This is something you'd expect them to happen and take care of and figure out way earlier. The most entertaining, in my opinion, out of all of those algorithms has to probably be X or Twitter. It is the only one where I don't consistently consistently get girls shaking ass. And if anything, I rarely, if ever, never get it at all. But you do have a problem on X where you get some insane stuff that you don't want to see to begin with. Some old-time World War II stuff, if you get what I'm saying. I don't know how much I can say on YouTube. I'm not trying to get myself in trouble, and I want you guys to enjoy the video here. There's no real competition for TikTok. Even its other app, Lemonade, has a worse algorithm compared to it. Lemonade is not that great of an app, if I'm being honest. And I know it's being powered by TikTok now. It's not that great of an app. The question is what was the Chinese Communist Party able to do that made their algorithm so good? And was it the fact that they just kept on improving on it? Or is it the fact that American companies are too lazy and think that once something gets banned or is moved out of the way, which a lot of these companies are paying a lot of money for the government to do, that they'll be able to just swoop in and take over without a problem? First off, Clapper, which sounds like an STD, change your name. For the love of God, change your name to something like Likes. Do something like TikTok. Change the fucking name. Clapper is a horrible name. It really sounds like an STD. It sounds like you have the clap, okay? Change it to something like Likes. Something simple. It doesn't need to be complex. Just change the name. It's a horrible name. Your algorithm needs a lot of improvement. It's horrible. I don't suggest anyone use that app, even though I think it's number 2 or number 3 on the App Store right now, or was before I was uploading this and right after the TikTok ban. There's a lot of problems, and that shows why America isn't able to compete in this market right now. I know that part of TikTok is from China, so it's using the Chinese algorithm, and they're never going to sell it. It's that simple. We could have probably come up with something like that a long time ago. I mean, hell, we made Facebook, we made MySpace, we made Twitter, we made a lot of these apps popular for China to just run with the complete idea that was pretty damn close to what we have. We made YouTube in the US. We need to compete if we want to have the availability of any app being popular. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm a fan of the TikTok ban. I'm not. If these companies want a chance to compete and they want more viewers, they need to actually have an algorithm that works and actually is inside the settings of what a user sets. I don't feel like scrolling through 1.5 million videos of just straight Spanish when I can't understand Spanish. And that's the bare minimum. What I can say about Clapper is 90% of it isn't just someone straight up shaking ass. Some of them are like decent comedy videos. Some of them were like, okay, welcome everyone who's new from TikTok and all that. You know, this is how this works. This is how we do things around here. And a lot of people came from TikTok, like, what was it, a few years ago when they originally initiated the ban, and then they decided to push it back 270 days. The problem is here, though, is the government just wants to own TikTok. They don't give a shit about it. They just want to own it in the algorithm. They don't want anything else. Even if the Chinese were stealing our data, they don't care about that, because if you're being honest here, like I said this before and I'll say it again, TikTok, Google, Facebook, and Instagram, all of them are already selling your data to the Chinese government as we speak. I mean, hell, they still make Marvel movies at Disney that cut specific parts out so it can play to the Chinese audience. You don't think that that Disney's also selling to the Chinese government your data? And I wouldn't doubt that the data coming from China is being sold to the US too. That's how things work. You know, I don't know why all these people want so much data besides ad revenue. I mean, I've never bought anything off the TikTok shop or the Clapper shop or Facebook or any of that to make them money. If I'm going to do something, I usually look it up myself. I'll get a bunch of advertisements for it, but usually I never actually go straight through that website link to go and look for it. I usually go and look at things myself. At the end of this, though, there's no competition for TikTok, and that's the main problem, is if people want an American company to be able to fight TikTok because they think it is a Chinese spyware app, which, you know, to each their own, then an American company needs to actually do the job of doing that. Like I said before, the closest one to this is probably X and YouTube. They're the only ones who seem to actually have a randomized algorithm. Clapper sounds like an STD, and it kind of sucks, if I'm being honest. I mean, my stuff has gotten some decent views, but that doesn't mean anything if the algorithm all around sucks. And I can tell that people are probably barely getting my videos because I'll still get 50 of the same videos just swiping, and I'll go fast as I can just to see what it looks like. I mean, I'm getting a lot less Spanish content because I'm now like just saying, don't like this user, don't like this user, because I don't understand what they're saying. So I'm not gonna be able to figure out what's going on there. And I'm just not interested in trying to learn a whole new language for entertainment. The whole point of entertainment is for it to be simple yet pleasurable. YouTube's kind of got that down because they've been in this video business for a long time. I think what YouTube needs to do is extend the shorts by a lot, but I don't know if they're gonna do that. YouTube kind of wants you to either post long form form videos or short form. I would be okay if they just extended it to 2-3 minutes, in my opinion. Because honestly, when I post a 2-3 minute video on my YouTube channel, I want it to go to shorts. I don't want it to go to my long form YouTube content, because a lot of these videos are like 20 plus minutes long, 15 minutes long, 12 minutes long, 10 minutes long. I'm okay with those being YouTube videos. That's what they're there for. I don't want a 3-minute video to not go to shorts. I made it generally for a short situation. And a lot of people aren't scrolling trying to figure a 3-minute video out. A lot of people either want long form content or short form. And if it's a short form content, which a 3-minute video kind of is, sticks in that, short form category. That's 60 seconds 3 times. That's 180 seconds total. I mean, come on. That's not anything really insane there. It's not like people can't sit there for 180 seconds. People sit there and watch 10-minute videos on TikTok. People, and I know they try to invest heavily in long form content on their site as well, but short should at least be 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. Minimum. A lot of the times when I make a short, I have to constrain them into numerous different parts just to fit them there. And generally they do okay. I mean, I've been a lot more popular on YouTube recently than I have on TikTok and to begin with. So most of my content and all that's going to be formed towards YouTube. I can't even stream on TikTok. I can stream on YouTube, which is a nice thing. I think TikTok needs to remove that 1,000 person barrier. Now, I understand why YouTube wouldn't do that. Because of that 1 minute constraint, it makes it so a lot of people can't just pound stuff out and be like, well, here's this, because that's a lot more content creators doing that. They're just adding 3-minute videos consistently, and they had 3-minute videos from the past, so on and so forth, and it's a lot harder probably for the servers. I'm sure the servers for the shorts and the servers for the long form videos are different, and a lot more people probably post shorts these days than YouTube videos, if we're being honest here, because shorts are easy to make. They're 1 minute long. There's not, I mean, you still have to think about it and all that, but still, they're 1 minute long. But there's no real competition there in the shorts area too much, because 1 minute is it's about more than Vine, the same as original TikTok. But TikTok has evolved for that specific reason, because a lot of people couldn't fit a lot of stuff in within a minute. They had to do parts, and that's why they expanded it to 10-minute videos. Now, that's not me saying expand shorts to 10 minutes. Like I said, 3 minutes is more than enough. But at the end of the day, America doesn't have an answer to TikTok. That's the problem. There is no answer to it. Canada doesn't have an answer. Nowhere in Europe has an answer. People are using the TikTok because there is no proper answer to it. If there was an American answer for it, we know. We'd be able to pass on and be like, well, this app isn't so special anymore because now we have an actual answer to it. It's not monopolized in this one area of short form content that is very easy to use with a decent algorithm that constantly shows you randomized videos, whether they be super popular or not popular at all. And that's the problem with YouTube. They always show you the super popular stuff, and you rarely get to see people with 3 likes. And Clapper, you'll see people with 2 likes, but it won't be in the language you speak. With Triller, I was on there for 5-10 minutes, posted a video, got off. It is what it is. I don't know. Triller's kind of one of those things which I can't understand either. I got a lot of Spanish videos on there too. Most people are just dancing and shaking ass on there. I don't really like it. Instagram needs to be cleaned the fuck up. It needs to be swept clean. It needs to get rid of a lot of these OnlyFans girls. It needs to get rid of a lot of this, and I'm sure it makes some money because people are going over there to look at ass shaking. I don't care. Clean it up, get rid of it. Dude, I don't like seeing that if I'm trying to find a replacement. Instagram just simply isn't a replacement because all it's trying to promote to you is OnlyFans. Makes no fucking sense. Why are you trying to promote another? Are you getting money from this? Is that why? If that's the case, then I could understand, but be straight up about that then. Don't sit here and act like you're not. Now, X actually isn't that bad. I kind of like X. I'm going to try live streaming there. Actually, the only problem there is that I need money for it. So I might pay the bare minimum and see what happens, because I've seen people make a decent amount of money on X. I stream every night. If you guys didn't know that, I mean, you see that on YouTube now. OBS has evolved a lot, which made a lot of great differences there. But at the end of the day, there's no competition to TikTok. There might have been, you have the opportunity to see the shaking of ass, but if you just don't like it, or you press not interested, you don't get that anymore. Most of my videos at this point are comedy videos and sometimes Reddit stories, and they're both solid. That's what I generally like. I like comedy videos, I like gaming comedy videos, and I like Reddit stories every once in a while. That's what I even listen to on YouTube, is Reddit stories every once in a while. And or the AI Trump, Biden, and Obama era things. That was hilarious. Still is hilarious. I still listen to those on YouTube. There's no competition for TikTok. That's why they have to keep expanding and extending TikTok. And unless something like Clapper, the STD, decides to expand their algorithm and make it work decently, it's just not going to happen. I don't know who they have on the back end of it, but they need to sit down and add either a less complex algorithm or a more complex algorithm, because it's one or the other. I don't know what it is, but it's not curating to what their audience actually wants to see. I wanted to get off that app within 10 minutes of me being on there because I couldn't find anything that I liked at all. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you think there's anything I didn't touch on, if there's something I might have missed, if there's something I talked too much about. If you didn't like it, like the video anyway. Give me a comment on what I didn't do or did that you didn't like. Remember to subscribe. You all have a great day, night, and or evening. Thank you for listening again, and I'll be live streaming later tonight here. Come watch.